Oh, g'day. Just taking a bit of a moment to just have a bit of a chill, a bit of a rest. Sort of, a little bit somewhat disturbed by the centrifugal forces of life that draw us out from our centre. And sometimes we can't really get a look at what the centrifugal forces of life that draw us out from our centre might be, and what that is about in the deeper workings of the being, of the mind, of the heart. So I thought I'd just lie down here and have a little bit of a chill rest and make it a bit of a active, focused meditation. Now, great sadness, Gong, is the first one that comes to mind with it. And so I sit with that, I go, why did I say that? So I sit with it and go, well, am I sad? Is there a sadness in me? And then that feeling comes out and I go, well, yeah, actually there is a bit of a sadness in me. Now at this point then, the Western intellectual mind wants to analyse and work it out, both subjectively and objectively. Well, let's just leave that out. Let's just sit with the feeling. So ask yourself if you want to join me. I invite you to join me if you're willing. Otherwise, feel no obligation. But we'll take a moment to just breathe in and feel the calmness that is within ourselves. And as we let the breath go, we can surrender to it. The calmness that goes with the eternal nature of the breath coming back in. Naturally. And then let the breath go again. And just find yourself there, just observing yourself, observe the breath. That's where consciousness lies, in observing oneself, observe oneself. And then we can move down to the feeling that sits in the chest and the body, for me anyway. And I ask myself, do I feel this sadness? And there is a sadness. And the sadness then can spread through different parts of the body. Are you able to feel that yourself? Just sit with it. As the breath comes in naturally, without any effort, we can observe ourselves, observing the breath and observing the sadness. Now let's go into that sadness, eh? We'll feel it. What's it all about? It's about the fact that it's there. That's all it needs to really be a point at this juncture. So let's just feel the sadness. Let's go into that. Let's just be there. Is it too much? You can find if you know that we're doing it together, then hopefully it won't be too much. We can just be there, work it. And we feel there's a particular grace in being able to feel the sadness that is us. And the sadness that sits within us. Whatever that sadness might be. And from there, we can have some grace. If we go into the sadness a little bit more, we can feel lack of certainty, lack of surety, lack of power, lack of understanding. We can feel how we've given everything, but then we're still full of sadness. Can we expand that sadness? Can it override us? Does it overwhelm us if we sit with that feeling? Can we find grace? To just be in ourselves, in our state, acknowledging the feeling, acknowledging the emotion, acknowledging the sensation. There's a lot of energy that's tied up in that. So can we completely reaccumulate and harness all of that energy? All of that energy that we've been using of our own life force energy that we fight against ourselves. Can we do that? Or are we stuck? Are we stuck somewhere? Either way, when we get to this point, we breathe in naturally and we go into that sadness feeling. Find in particular stillness there, that sadness. And it's not really something that we want to wallow in. We don't really want to linger here too much, do we? But we want to try and encompass it. Go with it. Be it. Indulge in it. And from there, at least we can accept ourselves for who we are. At least we can accept ourselves for what we are. At least we can accept ourselves that we are. At least we accept ourselves as we are. If we are. How we are. And are we able to find grace just with that? Just with the acceptance of who we are, how we are, that we are. Sad. Why does the sadness sit within us? It's not as relevant as much as the sadness does sit within us. It is in us. So let us not be lost in the why and the how and the who. Let us just accept that